Kuhn is the fullback with the first and goal. Kuhn gets the call. Pyle driving his way in for the touchdown. What a great second effort. Y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the here comes the here comes the y'all don't really want it like that. I said so. I keep big bills up in my heart on the dirty like blood. So ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful.
Wolf Pack, what's going on? It's your boy, the Wolf of Roto Street, RotoStreetJournal.com. We breed and feed you fantasy wolves here for round 2. After a nice little morning coffee session with you guys. Great turnout. Love to see it. Over 50 live viewers throughout it. Beautiful. Let's get round 2 going, baby. It's time for your usual time for the tailgate. Brought to you, of course, by Roto Street Journal. Joined, as always, by CJay. We've already tested out the mics. No technical difficulties today. Good to have you back, CJay. How you doing, man?
I know. You guys can finally hear me now. Well, actually, everyone could hear me. But
other than me.
Yeah, I had to get my beauty sleep in this morning. I'm glad you held the fort down.
Of course. You don't get a beautiful, shining, lovely CJay face like that without the rest. So it's all good. I didn't mind. I like the people that joined in. It's a good crowd early in the morning for sure. So pumped to also be back at our live time, and very pumped, those of you that were watching the morning show, to know Younghoe Koo was my kicker of the week. I found him on waiver wires. He just booted a 50-yarder before going live. So my whole apartment complex now has heard me scream about Younghoe Koo and probably is wondering who this psychopath is and why I've been screaming his name at the top of my lungs. But Daddy Koo is the best. And just a little pro tip, if you guys don't read the Yahoo comments, for those of you that play on Yahoo under players, those might be the funniest thing in the world. Like, go, suck me dry, Daddy Koo. Like, I knew you'd come back home from the store, Daddy, and things like it's just great. Like, I love to see it. Younghoe, I'm facing the number 1 team in my league right now, and I needed a big kicker performance. He is delivering so far. Knock on wood, this continues, but love to see it. Welcome on in, though. Patterson's also having a good day, who we recommended a ton. I did say I'd like to wait on Pitts if I had a good option. He's kind of fucking killing it. So
I love Pitts today. I mean, it's kind of a little bandwagon to follow him, but I've been starting him all year at this point. I'm all in on him.
I think most people too. I have him as my tight end tender, so there's only so many guys you can put before him. I said Noah Fant. I think I had someone go over him. David Campanile, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry about that one, bud. He's killing it. And it was a pretty obvious start, but if I had a better option, I said to play it. And clearly there's not going to be too many better options this week. He's looking like a beast. So good to see for him. As always, I do love to rip into as the audience grows. And it seems a little light right now. I'm not sure if we're not live somewhere or what's going on. But ultimately, if you don't mind giving us a thumbs up, sharing it out, helping us get out to more people would be greatly appreciated. Getting that thumbs up button, retweets, drop it in fantasy football chats, whatever it is. We usually have like 50 to 60 of you guys here live. So we'd love to keep growing that audience, get more questions. Last Thursday, we set the record with like over 400 people commenting in. It was amazing. Would love to hit something like that again. So hopefully you guys can jump on in and check this out. CJay, maybe drop this in like the rankings or something of that. If there's any like players that
I was just going to do that right now.
Perfect. So I'll hit some injuries while you're taking care of that. I'm going to hit some Thursday night football takeaways. And we'll keep getting these questions going. Only 13 so far. Come on. We had 400 on Thursday. I want more. So please get those questions in. Speaking of Thursday, as great as the stream was, the game was a little all over the place. And of course, nothing worse than Russell Wilson about to miss at least a month, maybe, 6 to 8 weeks. The latest report is he expects to be back by week 10. So maybe only a 4 to 5 week absence. That would be the best case scenario. And that's not a great case scenario. Obviously, that's going to be a big hit for Tyler Lockett, for DK Metcalf. I mean, Geno Smith did actually look surprisingly competent when he came in and played. So there could be worse situations, I guess. But still, you're not happy about that. So that's tough that you're going to be without Wilson for a bit, and his weapons have to take a little bit of a hit from there too. Maybe the running game gets a slight boost because they'll lean on it. Who's that going to be? We don't really know. Chris Carson, they're saying it's too early to tell if he's going to play in week 6. They haven't moved him to the IR, so at least he's not completely destroyed, but definitely a risk. Meanwhile, Alex Collins did play 71% of snaps. He wasn't the smash play we thought he could be. He's missing the touchdown. Otherwise, it wasn't a bad performance. 71, as I said, percent of the snaps involved as a receiver. 8 points, not what you wanted, not what you hoped for, but also not the end of the world against a good defense. So wasn't upset about that. What I was upset about, and my bad call of that show, was Robert Woods, kind of wait and see mode. Man, 12 of 14 targets, 150 yards. The guy went completely berserk. So
the squeakiest of the wheels. So
exactly. It got greased up to perfection, and good for him. He deserves it. He's one of those players that you should have just been able to put in there. I shouldn't have had to have hesitation, especially when it's a McVay and Stafford lineup. It has me wondering, Allen Robinson, should we go all in on him because of this? I think those are not the very comparable in the sense that Justin Fields looked like dog mess, to be honest. Even worse is Matt Nagy. That's not an apples to oranges situation when you have Stafford and McVay on the other side either. So I don't think – I'm still a little bit lower on Robinson, but still, it was good to see from Robert Woods. He's a guy that, like, as soon as I see it, and I saw it, he can go right back up in the rest of the season, big board into the high-end wide receiver 2s, low-end wide receiver 1. I don't see him just disappearing now after this humongous game. And those were my big Thursday night takeaways. Let me know if you guys have any others or any other big questions. Jay Glazer did mention after the game, Russell Wilson is 100 million% going to request a trade out of there. And who can blame him at this point? Such egregious play calling in multiple parts of that game. So let's dive in to some injuries and some notes. We got Dalvin Cook, highly questionable, a true game time decision. I know some people are saying he's expected to play. Others saying he's expected to be out. Either way, they're saying Madison will likely be more involved than usual this week. So in an ideal world, Cook is sitting. You had Madison on the bench, and you just can fire him up against a pathetic Detroit defense, giving up the second most points to running backs. If not, you're looking at a pretty ugly committee. Cook is it's be impossible to bench the guy against Detroit. Like, it's Dalvin Cook against one of the worst defenses in the league. But that would become a whole lot of a cloudier situation. So I'm likely going to recommend you play Cook if he's in, but that's one we're going to monitor. So keep it in the news if you guys see something. I know CJ will be tracking it as well as we go here. Another stud that is expected to play is Joe Mixon. That's also another sketchy situation because we don't know how much work he's going to do, what type of shape he's in. You got to imagine he's in pretty good shape, though, if they're going to roll him out there. I don't know how to approach this one. It obviously ruins Samaje Perine. It's just so sketchy to play a running back on an ankle injury, then you don't know what the type of workload is going to be. But it's also
especially Mixon too, where he doesn't have the best history. So
right, it could be a first play limps off, you don't know. So I'd be a little bit skeptical to play him. I think I have him right around RB20 because he is facing Green Bay, who's an awful run defense, one of the worst in the league. I think 27th in DVOA, expected fantasy points allowed, all that stuff. So it's a pretty solid play. If he's okay and healthy and getting his usual workload, I wonder if he's playing, he's probably going to be getting that. So I'd most likely have Mixon in if he's in, but that's a tricky one. Let us know if you have Joe Mixon questions. Gibson's also expected to play, but another sketchy situation, shin fracture going on, facing the New Orleans defense, one of the best run Ds in the league. That's also a situation that if you can avoid it, I probably would, but you also still need a pretty good option to not play a guy like Gibson, in my opinion. And the last stud running back, at least, that we want to talk about is Christian McCaffrey. He's doubtful. So plan on him not being in there. If he does play, even if it's a sketchy workload, he's a guy that you fire up no matter what. But not expecting to have him out there. So Chuba should be a solid running back 2 stream like last week. He did only see 5% of the targets, did see 80% of the carries. So that kind of, you wish there's more high of a target share, but a good bet to find his way into the end zone. So from all those studs, we're going to get into a few more injuries, but of all those studs, CJ, what's your take on Mixon, Gibson, Cook? If they're in, is it lineup locks or is it case by case? It's such a hard call.
With Cook, it is a lock. It's just so hard to bench Cook. Mm-hmm. Mixon, I'm a little bit more sketchy about, and I still would. I think I'd still stash Perine. I don't know what his availability is, just in case he does re-injure it. I don't know. He is sketchy though. That's what I'm not really feeling at all. And Gibson's along the same way. Well, he has said he's been playing with it, but
right.
Yeah, that's really tough. I'd start Cook basically if he's playing. Other two, I'd be a little bit more hesitant. It
really depends on your options. Yeah, maybe you can get a good receiver in it, the flex, take a Hail Mary instead.
We had some Instagram DM that asked about Tony over Dalvin Cook, and I was like,
can't do that. No, I love Tony. Don't get me wrong. One of my favorite streams this week. We're going to talk about him in a sec, but no, you can't do that. Sadly not. Well, let's talk about some of those other injuries. Then AJ Brown's going to be in. Julio's out. To me, that's a smash rebound spot. If you have AJ Brown, you've been waiting on it. I get how frustrating it's been. It's almost it feels like it's a guarantee we're going to see one of those AJ Brown plays where he stiff arms 4 people to the ground and scores against an awful Jags defense. We know Henry's going to be doing that too. He might go for 200 yards, but AJ Brown's finding the end zone today. I'm excited to see that rebound spot. We should see. You'd have to have a really good option to bench him. I think he's my wide receiver 15. It'd be very, very difficult to not play A.J. Brown today. And obviously Derrick Henry, but I think he's going to be in a good spot. George Kittle's on the IR. He's going to be out for at least 3 weeks. There is some stream appeal to Ross Dwelley. He's had some big games in the past with him out. I know, CJ, you said you're tossing him on DraftKings now, right?
He's 2,700. I love that.
Beautiful. I love it. 2,700, like, just way to save some cash. I'm guessing you're probably playing Trey Lance, at least in one of your lineups, right? Like, he's my guy today.
I have to.
We might as well get onto that news. Jimmy G is out, so it's Trey Lance time. As you saw, the title of this show, we're all about him. We've been talking about this guy since the preseason. This one would be a real kick to the nuts if he sucks, because he's one of our more hyped guys. And it's a little earlier than he wanted to be starting, or the team wanted him to be starting, rather. There's going to be some rawness. Like, there's going to be some plays where you're like, why the hell am I playing this guy in fantasy right now? That ball just sailed to the middle of nobody. Maybe he throws a couple bad picks. Who knows? I can't imagine it's going to be a glorious, beautiful, everything is roses type of start. That was also the case when he got in for a half last week, and he still scored 20 fantasy points. That's like the joy of this guy. 2 touchdowns, 40 rushing yards, and a half of action. Yes, a lot of that came on a broken play to Deebo Samuel, but that's also the offense. They scheme up so many interesting, plays and designs that stuff it's not just an anomaly that one free play happened. Mm-hmm. And it's against the Cardinals too. Not a great defense, but also you're chasing points the whole game. To me, he's a smash play. I have him as my QB9. Pretty big risk because I have him above guys like Herbert and like studs. And ultimately, if you need in a redraft league, like, you just need some safety, it is a risk. There is a low floor here, but I don't think it's as risky as like Fields was the other day, because he's actually going to run. We've already seen 41 rushing yards and a half. Like, they're going to design tons of runs for him. I think that's going to bake in a nice, like, he won't do worse than 16 to 20 points. And there is like a 35 point day within there too. Are you smashing him, CJ? Am I crazy? Like, what are your thoughts?
So I have him starting in one of my DraftKings lineups. Need to do that at his price. He is what you said.
5,700 must play.
He is look like a bonehead sometimes. Like, I'm playing his over 0.5 interceptions for my props. I'm also playing him to score a touchdown, and I'm also maybe playing his passing yards and rushing yards. So it's just going to be like a wild day. He's a more talented Jalen Hurts. So it's, I think, 20 point floor, 16 point floor around there.
Yeah. I think it's baked in. So as risky as it might seem, I think there is a good floor to an enormous ceiling. So I'm into it. Last 49er to cover. And this is a pretty quick injury report. We only have like 5 or 6 more. We'll get right into those questions. Again, I don't know why. It seems like it's pretty light today. I don't know if it's not up on like YouTube or Facebook or what. But if you guys don't mind giving that thumbs up, sharing it out, getting us into a share group, whatever. We usually have like 50 live viewers. Maybe it's the fact that I went early today. Won't do it again then. The pack only shows up once. Come on. But no, Eli Mitchell off the injury report. Do you play one of these running backs? I don't think so. Like, it's a sketchy situation.
Don't say that to me. Drafted Trey Sermon and then dumped the bag on Eli, and so now I'm just stuck with both, and I know I'm going to pick the wrong one the rest of the way.
Yeah, probably the right play is Jeff Wilson at some point this season. That's my feelings on this backfield. I'd say today, if I'm in your boat and I have to play one, it's probably Eli Mitchell to me. He's more exciting. He's faster. Trey Sermon's had the last 2 weeks to firmly establish himself, and he hasn't like killed himself in the sense that he's like useless, but he hasn't really wowed. He's been fine. Like, he's okay. Whereas Eli Mitchell has had some decent wow moments. So if I'm going for one or the other, it's probably Eli Mitchell. But if I have the choice to bench them and see this play out and see what happens now that they're both healthy, I'd rather do that for sure. But I do think with Trey Lance being there, it's going to open up some wide lanes. Like, there could and probably will be a big running back day. It'd probably be Kyle Juszczyk for all we know. But no, I like playing them if there's upside. There is some upside. So it's not like it's a horrible play to get these guys in. It's just a nutcase job trying to figure out who it's going to be. Bridgewater's back. Good news for the Broncos. Courtland Sutton also, though, is questionable. He's going to be a true game-time decision. So we're watching him. We're watching Dalvin. We're watching Mixon news. Not because I really think you need to play Sutton against actually Pittsburgh's a pretty bad secondary this year that I think they're graded as PFF's second worst. So it's not a horrible matchup by any means. But it's more so how good of a stream would Pittsburgh's defense be if there's no Sutton, there's nobody else there. Maybe Patrick becomes more viable as a clear-cut only guy to chuck to. No fan, a little bump in targets as well. But I'm not into it. I'm not. I just want to avoid that offense today, and I don't mind Pittsburgh streaming. Speaking of Pittsburgh, Claypool's expected to return. Woo, he's useless with Big Ben, just I don't even want to talk about Big Ben. It makes me want to puke. So we'll move on. Only Deontay Johnson for the Steelers, and of course Najee Harris. But as the receivers, I only want to touch Deontay. Are you similar opinions on that disgusting?
Yeah, he's disgusting. Wake me up when Haskins starts.
Yeah, how crazy is that we're calling for Haskins? Like, that's a more explosive offense to have Dwayne fucking Haskins, which it certainly would be. I'm looking forward to that day. Slayton and Shepard both out again. We saw Tony last week, 9 targets, 6 catches, 78 yards, and just looking like he pops. He looks like he is better than most people on the field, the way he moves, the way he's cutting after the catch. Just a really solid player. He's also only 4K on DraftKings. There is some real risk to that because he had done nothing up to this point. But it does seem like, once he took over that Shepard role, they started getting him involved. It was clear he's going to bring a very just element they just didn't have. And I really like Tony as a desperation stream today, as a nice cheap DraftKings option as well. You might get 2 catches for 10 yards and hate me for it, but there is real 120-yard like TD. He just looks dangerous. And they're also facing the Cowboys, who have given up the second most passing yards per game in the NFL. So that's also intriguing. Last but not least, we'll wrap up with the questionable likelies is Swift, Zeke, and Cooper. They're all questionable. They're all expected to play. And I think all of them should be in your lineups at this point. And Devontae Parker's going to be out. So Waddle got a nice bump in my rankings. Target hog, just monster today. Top 30 receiver for me. Facing a Tampa Bay team giving up the most points to wide receivers. Alrighty. I think that's everything that we needed to cover. If anything else rolls in, we'll be sure to cover it with Madison, all that. We're going to be covering that stuff. So we need the Dalvin news. We need the Sutton news. We need some Mixon news. We will figure that out. But let's get to the questions.
We got a useless Ty Johnson touchdown, just so you know.
Oh, God. That game's back. Ew.
David Campanelli, I'm back, boys. We need the Dalvin Cook news.
Yes, sir. We definitely need that Dalvin Cook news. We will be tracking that with very, very close eyes.
Jeremiah Moore, what's up, Wolves? Start 2 running backs, Damien Williams, Chase Edmonds, Swift, Damien Harris.
Well, a lot of good options here. That's a tough one, Jeremiah Moore. You got some good running back depth. I would see if you can trade some of these first because of how stacked you are and how low running backs are. The high demand, low supply. I think you can probably get a good haul. But if I've got to play 2 of these guys, I think I might bench both Damiens. I think I go Swift and I go Edmonds, who is expected to play. We did. I was going to put a banner up on him, but all the news was he's expected to play. So he has the 3rd highest target share among running backs. Very involved in all facets of the game. So big fan of Edmonds and Swift.
BK Wolf.
What up, BK? Good to see you, brother.
Campanelli, the silent assassin is back. After 2 weeks, I missed you. I missed you too. Go against what the Wolf says this week.
That seems to be the play. That's Robert Woods, horrible call. Pitts over fan over Pitts, not good either. So yes, David, I have not gotten it right for you this week. Go against me, please. Fade the Wolf.
Z, I need a backup running back. Taking Darrell Williams or Mark Ingram in a 12-team league.
Darrell Williams, like Mark Ingram, there's never going to be value.
Yeah, there's now like a 50-50 split with CEH and Darrell Williams.
Yeah, and if CEH ever goes down, knock on wood, not saying we want that. That's the type of guy that is an actual handcuff that would be pretty damn valuable. And he has like a little standalone appeal. He's getting some goal line carries. So yeah, absolutely. Oh, what's up, Giuseppe? Didn't mean to skip you there. Let's fucking go indeed.
Campanelli, standard running back. Pick one of these: Swift, Madison, and that's about Cook. So
if Cook is out, if Cook's officially out, it's Madison for me. I know Swift is a great option too, but in standard loses a bit of appeal. His real appeal is the receiving, the targets. So I would smash Madison here if Cook is out. Otherwise, I'm probably going Swift.
Giuseppe, flex one of these players, full PPR: Myers, Beasley, Renfro, Mitchell, Jamal Williams, or Miles Sanders.
Only one of these guys, huh? Some good options here, Giuseppe. I would lean, probably go Miles Sanders. I know it hasn't been very pretty, and Gainwell's starting to gain on him though. So I go Sanders. I think he's a similar, not similar talent to Robert Woods, but he's been complaining this week, is what Danny Jennings, our Philadelphia insider, has led us on to. He thinks he's been a squeaky wheel. He thinks he's going to get greased up this week. And this might be the week for a lot of squeaky wheels. Kyle Pitts, claiming he wanted to be more involved, and we saw it. I could see Miles Sanders getting the squeaky wheel treatment. I do really like Beasley tonight, though. 13 targets type of game. He's either getting 2 targets a game or he's getting 13.
I think I'm leaning Beasley there.
You lean the Bees? Yeah.
Although I don't like Jacoby over them, but I do like Jacoby today, just with that offensive line being in shambles, just a bunch of quick passes.
Yeah. All these guys are very similar. Like slot, safer, decent target shares coming, or like running backs with like mediocre workloads. I gun to my head, I think I'm going Beasley here. I kind of like Beasley on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. David Campanelli, full PPR flex. Pick one of these. J-Rob, Madison.
You copy and pasted your line about saw Cooks in the game time, didn't you, David? I go again. Madison's probably going to be my answer overall, but like 3 to 4 other running backs. He'll be literally my running back 5 if Cook is ruled out ahead of me. If not, you can't go him. Like, who knows what's going to happen there? And James Robinson's a great option. Should Madison not be the guy? So you go with that. But I go Madison as long as Cook is out for sure.
Jeremiah, in one of my other leagues, I traded Chase Edmonds for DK.
I love that trade. I get that the Wilson injury doesn't help that, but like DK is going to get it done with whoever.
He also, Gino hit him with a touchdown pass there.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love that trade.
Finally got my top fan badge back.
Hey, yeah, you've had some good competition this year. A lot of new Wolfpack members, very active. But you've been one of the day one guys, Giuseppe. So I'm glad we don't hand those out. Just for the record, like it's not like our choice. Like, oh, today
people ask me about that all the time. Like we choose them,
right? Yeah, we certainly.
I think it goes by like comments, likes, that type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about activity, and you're regular, so I don't know how you lost it, but I'm glad you got it back. We do not control that at all, though. So yeah.
BK, Waddle, Cooks, Claypool, or Mike Davis in the flex.
Mike Davis is already playing, so that's not going to be an option, and he shouldn't have been an option anyways. This is tough because like Cooks seems like the right play. He's leading the league in like air yards. He's gone and done with Davis Mills before, even though last week was a disaster. I feel good about Waddle this week though. Like I really like Waddle for 10 to 15 targets, and they might not do a ton with it, but especially if you're playing PPR BK, he's going to have 8 to 10 catches, I think, this week. So I kind of want to lean Waddle as like a high floor and similar ceiling to Cooks. Cooks has been so damn good besides last week, though, that it's like, oh, that's
Davis Mills is just fucking awful.
He is so good. He does not belong on an NFL field. It's so freaking asinine that Deshaun Watson is just sitting there, like getting his paycheck, getting paid, but not actually out there.
Like if you're going to make this big statement, like cut him or trade him if you don't want
exactly. Like I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So I don't know. Where do you go with Waddle versus Cooks?
I think I like Waddle there.
Let me see what
the Bucs secondary. The Bucs secondary is just a disaster. I think I'm going Waddle. I think it's gonna be Waddle and Gesicki too.
I think I need to bump Waddle up more and more. I think about it. And it's less about bumping Cooks down here. I'm gonna put Waddle there. Every time I recommend benching Cooks, though, he goes off and makes me look like a complete asshole. So, that's tough. The Pats, though, they can scheme to take out your one player, and like there's nobody else that they have. So I'm going to go Waddle here. I'm bumping Waddle up big time today. I think he's going to be a beast. He's only, I think, 4,800 now that I think about it on DraftKings. I didn't have him in any lineups, but that's going to be a good source of volume there. I'm going to go Waddle there, but let us know what you're thinking, BK.
Kane Z, Manny Sanders, AJ Green, or Zach Moss in the flex.
I mean, Moss is like somehow the safest of these, but I love Sanders.
I love Moss this week.
Do you? Okay, I love Sanders this week. I think we're getting a beastly game from Emmanuel in a shootout narrative. I'm gonna go Manny. CJ likes Moss, but we'll see. And again, guys, if you don't mind getting us that thumbs up button, help us get out to more people. Share the link.
Turn my light on. Turn the light on.
Absolutely. So yeah, let us know. I don't know. We're not getting out to many people today. I don't know what that is about, but thumbs up would be great. Help us get out to more people. Share it, retweet it. Keep the comments coming. As you guys know, we're going to get to all your questions.
Charlie Menalakis, the Choo train is officially off and rolling.
It is rumbling down those tracks at full speed. Love me some Daddy Koo. He is absolutely killing
What's he up to now? Like 10?
He had 10 in the first half. I don't know if anything's happened since then.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Great first start. I mean, already made his money. And if he can just boot another 50-yarder, I'm going to streak live for you all, which would be a disgusting sight. So we don't need to see that. But I would love to.
Mike Clay, I have Lance everywhere. Can I start him over Josh Allen, Dak, or Hurts?
No. I love him, but these are guys that I wouldn't. Like, I have him at 9, and all 3 of those guys are within my top 8 ahead of him. Like, you're looking at Dak, he's going to light up this secondary. I guess, I mean, there is upside, but as much as I love Lance and as much upside as I think he has, that would be, I think, getting a little too cute over all these guys. Not Allen for sure. I mean, he's my number 1 QB this week. He's in a shootout versus the Chiefs. No. Bad defense for the Chiefs. He's going to put up 40 tonight. Dak, it's kind of questionable, but I think, after a 5-touchdown day last week, he's consistently going to be putting up points. And then Hurts, you'd almost be hoping that Trey Lance gives you a Hurts-style performance. Like, why not just take the actual real thing? So I wouldn't over any of these three. What do you think, CJ?
No, I'm with you there. We did have we had one question in Instagram DMs about Hurts versus Lance because he has the Panthers defense. So I was like, but even with that, I don't really care.
I think the Panthers defense is sneaky overrated. I think, we saw last week what the Cowboys did to them. That was the first good offense they faced all year. Like, they have faced a complete dog mess. And I don't, not that the Eagles are at the Cowboys level, but this isn't a defense I'm fading because of. Like, I'm not worried about the Panthers defense just because they played really well against 3 crap teams in a row. The Cowboys kind of exposed. They're not that good of a defense. Is Gilmore playing? I mean, once he's out there.
No, exactly. He's out till week 7 at least.
Yeah. So, I have no worries about Hurts today. I wouldn't play Lance over any of them. I mean, I see what you're saying here with this narrative of like DK and Pitts going off now on you, and you need points and you need upside. All 3 of those other guys have a ton of upside though. They all have the same ceilings as Lance with the higher floors, in my opinion. You only go Lance if in your gut you're like, this dude is putting up 35 today. And very well could. I'm not saying that's not without the realm of possibility, but I wouldn't be going for it right now over those guys.
Mike Clay, Ayuk, Tim Patrick, or A-Rob?
I kind of like the Ayuk dice roll today. I know I just said like Trey Lance is risky, but with no Kittle, they're going to need to get this guy going again. And I don't think he's lost any of his talent. I just think it's been a scheme thing or a role thing, but this is where he gets going again. I like Ayuk. I mean, A-Rob, is he going to get it back going? Maybe. I don't know, though. And Patrick, if Patterson's out, Sutton, rather, if he's out, then okay, that becomes a lot more interesting. I'm going for the Ayuk dice roll, but I might be psycho here. What do you think, CJ?
I'm still in the Bears bandwagon, so I'm sticking with A-Rob.
Oh, baby, one more game for A-Rob.
I'm going down with the ship there.
I hate that shit. Oh.
Casey Kelly, fun stash question. Bateman or Curtis? Fun. Bateman or Curtis Samuel rest of the season?
I don't see much fun to this one. No, I actually like both of those guys as potential stashes. If I had my choice between them, I think Curtis Samuels. I'm really excited to see what Bateman does. If you're going for strictly fun, I would go for Bateman just to see what he does on Monday night. But I love Samuels as a player. He was a beast last year. He's kind of getting his legs under him. No Diami Brown for this week. Maybe that lingers. I don't know. They clearly need another weapon. So I like going Samuels over Bateman as a stash. What do you think, Siege?
For talking about fun, I'd go with Bateman.
Pure fun.
Samuel's the opposite of fun because it's like, blow up for 2 weeks and then he pulls his hamstring.
Mm-hmm. And you finally trust him, and it's like, oh God. But no, they're both good stashes, Casey. I go Samuels. I know CJ says Bateman. I don't know. I don't know that either of them's going to really like kill you to not have either, though.
Yeah, they're both inconsistent, probably.
I think Jeff Wilson's a better stash than either of them. How about that?
He's not fun though.
Yeah, he's boring. Touchdowns in the finals last year. That was fun.
That is true. Mike Clay, Latavius Murray, Javonte Williams, or Madison?
Oh, it's Madison. That might even be Madison, even if Cook plays. But it's 100% Madison if he doesn't. I think you might even go Madison even if Cook plays, though. There, like, Javonte's not going to be it till he takes over, and he deserves it. He looks good. He looks every bit as what I wanted him to look like, other than just he's not getting the carries yet. So I go Madison there. Lat Murray's just, I don't know. I don't want that.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Mike Anderson, Joe Mixon, or Melvin Gordon?
I'd probably go Mixon there. Like, it's not pretty, but
Mixon's active. I just got the tweet.
Yeah. Did they give any type of like?
No, just
Mixon's
Schefter.
Active, but on a
just says Joe Mixon. It just says it's Schefter just saying Joe Mixon's active today.
Yeah. And who's active too?
Oh, Dalvin Cook inactive.
Dalvin Cook's inactive. Smash Madison, folks. 5,500 on DraftKings as well. He's going to be chalk, but that's tough chalk to avoid at that point.
Jeremiah Moore, I'm definitely holding on to A-Rob, but I'll be okay with him on my bench until he shows me something.
Yeah, send him the message. Put him on the bench. Let him ride some pine and prove it to you.
That I demoted him to the flex. I'm
No, that's not enough. He needs the pine this week.
David Campanelli, standard tight end pick 1, Hawkinson or Knox?
Ooh, my tight end 3 and 4. I love Knox this week, but if I had the choice, I'd go Beethoven, Mr. Hawkinson, target hog. They're going to need their points. He's the engine of the passing game. I'd go Hawkinson. I'm not worried about the last couple like mediocre duds. You would never have even considered asking this question 2 weeks ago, where it was like he's better than Kittle, and he still is better than Kittle, obviously at this point with the injuries. I'm going Hawkinson there, but David, I've been wrong about everything today, so take that with a grain of salt. I cannot get it right for you, so we'll see.
Marco Escobar, good morning, fellas. Would you go with Sutton or Gibson today in the flex, full PPR?
Probably Gibson. Sutton's not a good enough reason to bench Gibson.
Nick Hobie, Cole Beasley or Joe Mixon?
If you're concerned about the snaps, you go Cole Beasley. I mean, I'm concerned about the snaps, and I think Beasley's a little bit of a safer option. Like Mixon doesn't feel good to me today. It doesn't feel nice. I like that. That's one you could easily see him get like a little hit to his ankle and then be trotting off, and you don't see him the rest of the day. I don't know. Yeah. I have him ranked in my top 20, and I'm like, I think I need to move that. He's making me squeamish, and it's a good matchup, which makes it a little tougher. I'm going to bump Mixon down to 25, right ahead of Josh Jacobs, Zach Moss. Like that's where I slide him in here. So I'd rather have Fournette, Chuba, Kareem Hunt, Alex Collins, sadly, Damien Williams. Those are guys I all have above Mixon at this point. So if that helps you guys. And in that sense, especially if it's full PPR, Nick, I would maybe go Cole Beasley there.
Joey Perps, Noah Fant or Knox?
Love Knox. Going with D Knox there. Leading the league in touchdowns among tight ends. And they're going to need points tonight. It's going to be a shootout. Chiefs are bad against every position, including tight ends, 8th most points. Give me Knox all day.
Andre Vaughn, need 2. Debo, Thielen, or Godwin? Full PPR.
Wow. That's that hurts to have to bench one of these guys. I would probably bench Godwin out of all of them.
I was going to say I love Thielen this week.
I do too. I think he's getting in for 2 touchdowns. And Debo, I mean, no Mitchell. I mean, I know Kittle. As long as he's healthy, he's been an absolute rock star this year. So Godwin's amazing too. This is crazy. You have to bench one of these guys, but for me, it'd be Godwin.
Campanelli got the screwdrivers going for the early morning game. Next, got some seltzers, beers, and 4 Roses bourbon.
That's what I love to hear,
quite
baby.
the Sunday.
Getting after it this Sunday, Mr.
Hey,
Campanelli.
it's a long weekend too for some of us.
Oh, I have no work Monday. I will be definitely partaking. Maybe not quite at the level of Campanelli right now. Love it. Love where you're going, baby. But yeah, I will be certainly indulging myself.
Vade 134, running back 2, and a flex. Gibson, Edmonds, J-Rob, Kareem Hunt.
I want to go James Robinson as the running back 2 lock. I think I might go Edmonds over Gibson today. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical of Gibson.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like if he doesn't fall into the end zone, and McKissick's been sneaking his ass in. Do I bump? I'm looking at my rankings now, and I have Gibson higher. But what's the deal with this shin? How serious is that going to be?
I feel like, didn't he say he's been playing with it for a while, though?
Yeah.
So I don't even know if that's even like a big thing.
Right. It's also worrisome, the New Orleans run D. That's been a very like stifling unit. And teams, similar to Tampa Bay, teams are like just all they do is throw against New Orleans now because of that. You imagine that might be what Scott Turner does. He's a pretty good mind. But Gibson's just so – he can just break a big one at any point. Oh, Gibson's going to hurt me today. Gibson hurts. Gibson Mixon, this is a weird day. I don't like these types of days where it's like I don't know. One of them will go up, one of them won't, and we'll probably recommend I hate these days. I fucking hate this. I love Robinson, so at least you got that going for you. I would probably roll Gibson over Edmonds or Hunt. Like, I don't know. Edmonds is on the fence for me there. What do you think, CJ? Can you bring me any clarity here? This is hurting me.
Nope, I'm locking in J-Rob, and I'll
It's hard.
It's going to be we're between Edmonds and Gibson right now, and it's going to end up being Hunt. But
right, exactly. Hunt is certainly the safest of all three. Like he's been steady all year. I'm going to go Gibson. Who are you going? Lock one in.
I'll follow you. I don't need to give Vade any more decisions.
I know that's a tough one, Vade. I'm sorry. I wish we could be clearer and stronger, but you got to go with your gut. They're all in the same tier. Literally, I have Gibson, Hilaire, Edmonds as my like 15, 16, 17. They're all right there. Yeah, good luck.
She done. One for flex, PPR, Pollard, AJ Brown, Javonte.
Oh, that's AJ Brown. That's an easy one for me. He's coming back and he's smashing. And the other two options just aren't that aspiring. I will say if we got some word that Zeke was going to be out, I know he's questionable. He's expected to play. If for whatever reason he suddenly sat, like Pollard is similar to Madison already right now. I got to adjust that. So Cook, I'm just going to make sure I get my rankings all up to date.
Hey, I think your boy Ramondre Stevenson is playing today.
Love stashing him. So I'm putting Madison right below Austin Eckler, who's my running back 5, right ahead of Nick Chubb, my running back 7. That's how highly I think of Alexander Madison today, folks, with Dalvin Cook out. And Pollard would be literally right there with Madison level of smash play here. So Sutton is playing. Thank you, Mike Clay, ESPN Insider, giving us that live on the air. He's playing. I don't think that really matters, and I don't want to use him if I don't have to. But he's got Bridgewater back, and Bridgewater peppers him, and Pittsburgh's an overrated secondary. So he's not a bad play. Let us know if you have Sutton questions. All righty, continue on.
Mahmoud, LaVisca, CEH, or Devonta Smith, full PPR.
Great to see you as well, brother. I'm going to go CEH. Yeah, he is. You don't have Madison, right? Yeah. Gotta put Mixon back in, babe. Sorry for the interruption, folks. I'm going to go CEH here, I think. I think just a game where a lot of points are going to be needed. It's a good Buffalo defense, but he's found the end zone a couple times in a row. He's topped 100 in a row. He's kind of cooking. And I know Williams has been involved, but I think this is a game where CEH, like, they're going to want that action going. What do you think of these three? I like them all. Tough options.
I mean, we've been waiting for CH to break out, and he's finally been breaking out, so you just got to keep him in.
Yeah, we just ride that train. Yeah, I'm with you.
Jeremiah Moore, that's what I've got. Starting Aaron Jones and Zeke, and then Swift and Edmonds in the flex.
Oh, yeah, double flex it. Bam. 4 good running backs, man. Love the depth there.
Luke Munster, Edmonds or Waddle, full PPR?
Oh, good question. I like Edmonds here, but Waddle's going to get peppered. But I go Edmonds if I have that option. You think it's a Edmonds lock over Waddle? That's close.
I'm sticking with Edmonds.
It's still Brissett at QB. Like, we got to keep that in mind here, folks.
Jay Ray, is Bateman going to play 14-team PPR? Wait for Bateman or play Sutton or Javonte in the flex? I'm not waiting for Bateman.
Yeah, you don't wait it out for Bateman. It's his first game back, like probably quick, limited action. You don't wait that out. You keep him on the bench and see what he does. But yeah, Sutton for me over Javonte there.
Giuseppe, sorry, glitched out a little. So go Beasley versus KC over Jacoby and Miles Sanders.
Yeah, those were the 3 we limited to. Giuseppe, I like Beasley tonight. I think he's gonna be moving those chains throughout the night, especially you get some reception points there. Yeah, I'm gonna go Beasley. What was your final choice here?
Yeah, it was Beasley.
Yeah, all righty, nice.
Mike Clay, one of these, AB, Jacoby, or Waddle?
I think I'm sitting Jacoby. I like Waddle, and I loved AB today. I think AB's gonna score. What do you think?
Sitting Waddle, I think.
Sitting Waddle over Jacoby?
Yeah, I'm going Jacoby.
Woo-hoo-hoo. We'll see. You like AB, though?
Yeah, I'm sticking AB in there.
All righty, nice. All right, Trey S.
Trey S. Morning, gents. Couple of questions. Full PPR. Choose 2 of these players. Galladay, Boyd, Allen Robinson, or James Conner?
2 of these. Okay. Ooh. That's a tough choice. I think I'd go the first 2, Galladay and Boyd. I am a little bit worried for Galladay in the sense that Trayvon Diggs might be on him. He's been the best corner in the league so far this year. And they have shadowed a decent amount with him. So that had me a little nervous on Galladay, but the other receivers being out, coming off a 100-yard day, 111 to be exact. I think 116. I don't even remember. It was over 100. I know that. It was a good day. And then Allen Robinson, I don't love it. Connor's been ripping the touchdowns like crazy. I hate Connor. I always hate Connor. Since I cut him, I cut him 2 weeks ago. He scored 4 touchdowns since. Fucking piece of shit. Oh, God. I go Galladay, Boyd myself. I'm a little nervous with Boyd because Higgins is coming back, and he was like the clear third fiddle when Higgins was in. But Higgins is coming back from injury. They might take it a little bit slow with him. And no Jair Alexander. We meant to say that in the beginning of the broadcast. He's on the IR. He'll be out for at least 3 games. That's huge. I mean, that guy takes out.
Might be season ending. That's all.
It could, yeah, exactly. So that's big, like for the season, because the Packers will be in a whole lot more shootouts like that. This just helps Adams. It helps Aaron Rodgers, but it also helps every receiver that they're facing because their secondary behind him was awful. He masked a lot of how bad they were because you could just put him on an island and then kind of double and triple even other people with Jair locking down number ones. This is going to really have a big impact. I think Burrow could have a really good day. I don't think I have him ranked nearly as high as I don't reflect that in my rankings. So I need to double check that. I know we're talking a lot about this one, but I'll go Golladay Boyd myself. What do you think?
Going A-Rob Golladay. I'm thinking
you're still on that A-Rob train.
Speaking A-Rob, wait, he also had Carr, Tannehill, or Lance as a second question.
Sorry, I missed that. Lance for me, 100%, not even close. Carr's safe, but no, we're going for that upside. Those are guys you bench for Lance, definitely.
Austin Forrester, Elijah Missile, Zach Moss, Robbie Anderson, or Tim Patrick need 2 of these full PPR.
The Missile. I like that nickname. I don't know if that was intentional or if that was an autocorrect, but either way, I kind of like it. You need 2. Similar to CJ, I do like Zach Moss today. I think he's my favorite of these options. Maybe, I don't know from there. I don't really like any of the other 3. Maybe just because you called him the Missile. I go for the Missile here. Full PPR, though, Patrick is nice and steady, and he's got his guy Bridgewater back. I'll probably go Moss Patrick. What do you think?
I love Tim Patrick.
Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah, I'm going Moss and Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick really has like a touchdown floor again.
Right, and he's just safe. Like I know last year was a little bit of a dud, but you're gonna get 10 like at minimum, and you probably won't get too much more than 10.
4 for 50 and a touchdown.
Right, nice, steady, solid. Like Patrick Moss. That's where I'm going.
Bo Gable, Flex, Thielen, Schultz, Mitchell, Edmonds, half PPR.
Welcome back from Thursday, Bo. Good to see you. You were very active answering questions. Awesome in the chat. So love to have you back, man. Thielen for sure, though. I love Thielen today. I think he's having one of those classic 2-touchdown Thielen days. And that's I think you're in agreement, right, CJ?
Yep. I'm all in on Thielen today. Bo again, Edmonds in my RB2. I benched him to Williams from the Bears since he might be hurt.
That's a good one. Edmonds versus, you go with your gut there. I think Williams, every time he gets the volume, he tends to impress, but I would probably go Edmonds over Williams myself. What do you think? I don't like the Bears.
Yeah, now it seems like he is a little bit healthy. He was like earlier this morning, so they seem pretty confident about him.
Yeah, so I go Edmonds there. I do.
BK, bang, bang, Waddle gang. Firing him up.
There you go. Here come 18 targets. Let's see how he does with them.
Nomadic K, full PPR, Cooks or J-Rob?
J-Rob for sure for me. Even in the PPR setting, I like James Robinson today.
Chris Gibbons, Deontay, AB, Waddle, or Manny Sanders? Pick one.
Deontay. I can never bench Deontay when he's fully healthy. It's 13 targets. As bad as Big Ben is, like the one player that Big Ben is good for is Deontay just on those quick hitters. It's automatic. Their rapport is too nice.
HTX Cisco, pick 2 of these. Kenny Golladay, Waddle, Pittman, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, lock him in. And then I like Waddle.
Kenny G.
You going Kenny? Yeah, I can see that. Big upside from Kenny. I go Waddle. I'm into Waddle today. But yeah, I like AJ Brown. Kenny. I feel like I'm getting a little too aggressive with my Waddle bump up here. I like him a lot, but I keep forgetting.
It's a Gesicki day.
Yeah, it could be a big Gesicki day. That's true. Where do I have Waddle landing? All right, I'm gonna bump him down. I got a little aggressive. I still think even if I put him at 32, he's still 8 more than where I had him. Then that's above Marvin Jones, and I don't love that. Over 30. Okay, I'll go Golladay here. I like it now. Now I'm gonna kind of picturing the whole thing. Calm down a little bit. I'll go Golladay there. I'm gonna bet, but then Cooks, BK. I kind of like Cooks there. Now, all right, we'll get back on track. Jacob Rollins,
Robbie Anderson, OBJ, or Claypool for the flex.
I gotta go none. I would truly play Tony over any of these 3, which is nuts. But like for a big place, just Hail Mary, I like Tony more. So if you have to go one of these 3,
Robbie sucks, but he just scares me because I just always just picture the red zone, like when the ball just like goes out of the screen and Robbie Anderson just runs under it, and it's like a 60-yard touchdown pass.
I know. You're going for a deep shot. I think that's probably the best of the offenses to be a part of. We just saw Tyreek destroy that defense deep. And I know Robbie's no Tyreek, but they're susceptible. Yeah, I guess go for the Robbie deep bomb. I prefer Tony over all three, though, Jacob. I'll toss that out there. I really do. But yeah, we will see. Again, guys, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, seems like a little bit of a lighter show. No, I'm fine with that because I got some DK I got to go get to. But ultimately, we'd love to get to more questions, answer more things, and keep growing the pack. So consider that thumbs up button. And if you're not part of the Wolfpack already, hit that subscribe, get the bell, and join us whenever we go live. Let's continue on.
Rich Tim's Herbert versus the Browns or Darnold versus Philly?
I like Herbert. He's been cooking lately. I know a couple dud weeks to start the year, but he's back. This offense is – I think the Chargers are one of the best teams in football. You've always loved the Chargers. Was that a Phil Rivers thing or was that a Chargers thing?
It honestly, I bought their like powder blue LaDainian Tomlinson jersey when I was in like 6th grade. So then I've always been a Chargers guy. I love Rivers, and now I'm a Herbert guy.
I love.
No, I have Herbert MVP. I have Chargers win the Super Bowl. Chargers in the AFC.
Whoa, big Chargers, big Chargers guy. Wow. This is gonna be a good telltale about how they stack up in the AFC. I mean, the Browns are as good as it gets in the AFC too. So that's gonna be a great game. I think that game is a fun one to be part of. I like Herbert there.
BK Kirk or Cooks full point PPR. I'm worried about Cooks disappearing because Belichick wants to take him away.
Yeah,
I agree.
I get what you're saying. I can't go Kirk though. I mean, 1 point last week. Fuck that. Way too inconsistent. I'm going Cooks there. That's what I'm going. Rich
Tim's AJ Green or A-Rob? A-Rob.
Yeah, that's one where I got to go A-Rob. Yep.
Sarno, what's up, boys? Half PPR. Sit one of these guys. Godwin, Debo, Deontay, and T. Higgins. Cheers.
I got to sit T there, Sarno. Great to see you. But yeah, I'm sitting T. I love all four, but T's coming back from the injury. Like maybe he's a reduced load. We'll see. But yeah, give me T on the bench there of those guys. Cook and active. Let's go. I agree. The other news that you guys need to track for me is I don't have the game on the background. If Younghoe boots another, remember I have another 50-yarder. I might get shirtless on screen. Make everybody throw up.
I have Kyle Pitts over 67.5 yards. He's been sitting at 64 for like a quarter and a half.
Just teasing you. Oh, that's brutal. He'll get it. He'll get there. But yeah. All right.
A game Grizzo, T. Higgins or Jacoby, full PPR.
Got to go T there. I know full, it makes Jacoby that much more attractive, but I love T today. You love Jacoby. Let's see what you think of that.
I'm sticking with Higgins are just a better talent. I like Higgins there.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think when's Jacoby finding the end zone? That's what we need to figure out.
Good question. I don't think it's happening anytime soon.
Kevin writes, how nice does it feel that I traded for Lamb so I don't have to start A-Rob or OBJ today? Great.
That must feel very nice. And it's not like, I mean, Lamb's been kind of sketchy since the first 2 weeks, but I think you bought low. I remember you told me it was like Edmonds for Lamb straight up. Bam. Love that trade. I think that was a great one. I think it's a good rebound day for Lamb, in my opinion.
Dash Klein's a sick name. Start one of these CEH, Damien Williams, A-Rob, Leonard Fournette.
Only get one of them. I'm going to go Clyde, I think. What do you think, CJ?
Probably the safest of them and be between him and Damien Williams. I'm going to go Clyde.
Yeah.
Dash Klein is such a fullback name, by the way.
Yeah, that is
it's like a
Dash Klein.
Yeah,
paving the path, right?
It's like Oklahoma or Texas or something.
Yeah, breaking a tackle into the end zone is Dash Klein on the fullback dive. I can definitely hear that for sure. Fournette, I would have liked a lot more, but I think we mentioned this and we did not at the top. I think Gio Bernard is active. Is that official? Is he officially active, CJ?
I don't know if he's officially active, but actually I just got to check back on that.
He was likely to play. So, yeah, check that out. Because if not, Leonard Fournette would actually be my favorite option if Bernard's out. It was a sneaky big. I mean, he got 82% of the snaps, all the receiving work last week. That becomes a gross timeshare if Bernard is active. So that's a big news. Once we know more about Gio, Fournette's the best if Gio's out. Otherwise, I go Clyde. Mitch says his brother's an athletic trainer, and Gibson's injury is really concerning. He should sit. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm worried about Gibson. I bumped him down a little bit, and I bumped him back up. And now, Mitch, you're making me bump him back down again. I am concerned about this for sure.
Hey, tell your brother we need a little injury guy on the website.
Yeah, does you want to be the Roto Street Journal's fantasy doc? We'll definitely take him there.
And Bernard is active.
Bernard is active. Okay, so yeah, so go Hilaire with that one, in my opinion. I'm bumping Gibson to RB19 due to the fear that Mitch is striking in us right now.
Jeremiah Moore, J. Robert Edmonds for. He's answering a question.
Yeah, that's what I agree too.
William Giannidis, flex Madison, Galladay, Sutton at the flex.
Oh, Madison, it's a lock. Madison against Detroit. He's my running back 6 right now, folks. Madison is like, don't you probably don't need to. You can ask. It gets us interaction. It gets us out to more people for more questions. But there's an 80 to 90% chance I'll say Madison in almost every single sit start we get.
William again, start Knox or Schultz at tight end.
2 of my favorite pickups, but I like Knox a little bit more. What do you think, CJ?
Yeah, I'm going with it. I still don't. I don't know. I'm just not a Schultz guy. Just there's something about him in that offense that just like aesthetically just isn't pleasing to me. He doesn't fit like the Cowboys offense. It's too like explosive and cool, and then he's just like not that at all.
It's like slow little plodding tight end that just catches 10 balls a game. He just I don't know why he's doing it, but he's killing it.
They're just like 3-yard outs. They're just
and he just keeps moving the chains. I mean, he's kind of like a slot receiver. He is. Yeah. Schultz is definitely safer. I mean, he's getting peppered. He had a 35% target share. Like Lamb, he's eaten into Lamb's workload, which is nuts that a guy named Dalton Schultz is playing better than CeeDee Lamb right now, but that's where we're at. I love Knox, though. Touchdown monster. I think he's going to definitely find the end zone again tonight.
Tim Chan, should I take this trade? I give up Chase, Mike Thomas, CEH, and I receive Swift and Ridley.
That's it's tough to judge with Thomas because that offense looks horrible as a passing attack. Now, is that because they lack weapons? It's because Jameis sucks? Are they conservative till Mike Thomas comes back? We've seen Jameis pepper big boys. I kind of like the Chase Thomas CEH side. I get the Ridley buy low narrative, and I know we made a post about that. And I love Jackson, one of the smartest writers we've ever had. I'm not getting into this Falcons offense if I don't have to. I guess they're looking good today against the Jets, but it's the fucking Jets. I don't know. I like the first side. What do you think, CJ?
Trade questions are always tough to me. We get them all the time on Instagram and everything, just because you don't know the full lineup.
Right.
But I do like Ridley. I am a Ridley owner. That's probably why.
Yeah.
He is getting peppered targets. I think I would. I don't trust Mike Thomas really. I think I like what he's getting back.
Yeah. I would stay with what you got. All right.
Matt Daly, Gibson or Damien Williams full PPR, and then a different league, CEH or Waddle for the flex.
I think I'm going to go Dame. Earlier in the day, I would have said Gibson, but the more we're learning about his injury, it's bad. I go Williams here, and I go CEH over Waddle for the flex.
Jacob Woe, is Madison a must start?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
William Giannidis, should I sit Gibson for Madison and then
Yes.
play either Galladay or Sutton at the flex? Or just play Gibson and Madison?
You might be able to do Gibson and Madison there. Definitely Madison over Gibson. I'd probably go Gibson over the receivers, in my opinion.
Mitch Chavez, CEH's best game last year was against the Bills.
Yeah, there you go. Mitch himself, baby. I love it. Yeah.
Carter Payne, Cook is officially out. If you had to pick these two you had to pick two of these running backs, Miles Sanders, Gibson, or Madison.
Benching Sanders there. I got to go Madison and Gibson there.
Marcos Valdez, Scantling, half PPR. I'm starting Keenan Allen. Would you flex Mike Williams, Godwin, or Damien Williams? Kind of worried about starting two receivers in the same team.
Yeah, I would go Godwin over Mike or Damien. I get that worry. That's one of the few offenses that you can get away with it because it's a pretty narrow target tree. It's Williams, it's Eckler, and it's Keenan Allen. But if you have Godwin, I mean, that's a great option. I would probably go. I have Godwin higher than Mike Williams. So, yeah, I would do that too. Noah, I'm glad you said this. Reminder that if you're watching us on Twitter, we don't get the questions on there anymore. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened with StreamYard. They switched away from Periscope, and now we don't see those comments or questions. So if you guys are watching on Twitter, love it. Thank you for the views. But if you want to get a question in, come on over to YouTube or Facebook. Get your question in over there.
YouTube, not Facebook.
YouTube's our preferred, but we do have our Facebook OGs that we got to keep showing up for.
Yeah, and everyone subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build that out a little bit. So all those
subs, likes, I guess a good time to call for those thumbs up and all that good stuff. But no, it did not come through on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter and you want to get your question in, guys, make sure you come on over to YouTube and check that out. But for your question, Gibson over Chuba? Yeah, I would, but it's not a no-brainer. The Saints are a tough matchup, and I am worried about the shin, even if you're not. But yeah, over Chuba, I think that one I would. All right, let's continue.
Wow, they just passed on a 60-yard coup field goal for a punt.
Fuck. You're breaking my heart.
Vade 134, running back 1, 2, and a flex. So bench one of these guys. J-Rob, Gibson, Edmonds, Hunt.
I think I bench Hunt here. If you just want the safe thing, you bench Gibson and just kind of let that play out and see what happens. But more often than not, I'm going to roll the dice in bench Hunt and go for the Gibson dice roll. But that's tricky, Vade.
Omar F. Hey, fellas, Chuba or Damien Williams full PPR?
I'm going to go Damien. I like Damien over Chuba. There's just no target share for Chuba, which was very tough to see.
Juan Pena. Who should I start at my receiver 1? Amari, Tyler Boyd, Adrian Green, or Ayuk?
Man.
Well, then what about the receiver 2, 3 flex?
Yeah, exactly. I go Cooper here over those options. I know he's been a little bit of a headache, but I'm going to go Cooper.
Anthony Fella, Mixon not 100%, or Hunt?
Probably go for Hunt. Go for the safer play in that opinion.
Juan Pena, who should I start my flex? I have Tyler Boyd, James Conner, Latavius Murray, Ayuk, or AJ Green. So he made his own decision.
Yeah, I like Boyd. If you want the upside, I do think Ayuk could blow up today, but I go Boyd there.
Pat Bailey, welcome to Rivalry Week, Wolfie.
Decide to finally tune in to the show the week that we meet. Good to see you, Patrick. Young Hui is getting me horny this morning. I need another 50-yarder, though. I want another. It's a good battle we've got going on, Patrick. I'm looking forward to it continuing.
Well, Pena, since I got Kittle on the IR, you think Knox will save me today, or should I pick up Tunyon?
I like Knox over Tunyon today, yeah.
Derek back, Hubbard, Gibson, Edmonds.
Probably Edmonds there. It gives you like a good balance of like some good upside to him, and you don't have to worry about the Gibson risk.
Pat Bailey, as an 8th place team, is it a must win for the Wolf this week? Could they emotionally handle a loss to their first place rival?
Bag of shit. My team is very boom or bust. I've had some weeks where I put up 160, and I've had some weeks where I put up 80. It would be a tough one to come back from, but no, we can weather this storm. We have some good players. A loss would not ruin this ship, but it would be it'd mean a lot to the locker room to take down the number one rival. Like that's going to rally the troops. You just know this is the week my season really turns around and the boys rally after destroying the rival Pat Bailey today.
Would you drop to what, 1-4 or 2-3?
2-3, yeah, 2-3 if I lose. So, not out of it. It would hurt. This is the type of win that you build your season upon, though, and the boys know it. Young Hui's already showed up, slapping it around a little bit. He's going to continue that. We're going to keep going, baby. Love it.
Chris Gibbons, for the folks asking 5 questions, use your head and make a choice. If you rely on someone to make all your decisions, you deserve to lose.
I'll just let that one be.
Actually, everyone just ask a bunch of questions.
I like the question. I mean, you don't have, even if I think a lot of people here, and I always say this, I try to answer the questions by painting a little bit of a picture for both options and let you make your choice ultimately. Of course, it's ultimately your choice. And I bet a lot of people here, like, they're getting their opinion, but they're not going to follow everything I do blindly.
They also want you to confirm their opinion too.
Exactly. They confirm their prior or give them something else to think about and chew on. But yeah, I don't think most people are sitting here like everything I say, word of God, like they shouldn't be, because I have not been right about plenty of stuff this year too. I don't see the future, but yes. Get all your questions in. It gives us more interaction. Just don't repeat your questions. That's what I hate.
Or when it's like, oh, should pick one receiver, Devontae Adams or like Kadarius Toney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. And one, it's in London. That's an answer to your question. It's the London game. So
Jeremiah, roll with Heineke or stream a different QB between Tannehill, Burrow, or Goff. I like Burrow.
I like Burrow there. No Jair Alexander. The Packers will probably put up their points. I go for the shootout there. Saints are a good D too for Heineke. That's not a great matchup. Go Burrow.
Josh Parker, Madison, or Damien?
Oh, Madison all day, baby. Loving the Madison over Dalvin Cook with Dalvin Cook now out. Oh, yeah, that's an answer to that.
Austin Firster, Hurts so good, or Josh Allen?
Oh, it's Josh A. It's Josh A. Come on. Against the Chiefs, easy defense, number one quarterback this week, baby.
BK Cooks over Waddle now? Belichick could put Cooks in witness protection today.
I do think Waddle is the safer play. Cooks, I mean, we've seen some mostly monster games from him this year. But as you say, like there is that very real risk, especially as like a past player against him. Belly will know how to take him out. I get what you're saying, BK. Waddle's the safer play, and unless you need the huge Cooks blow up, I would think that's a pretty smart play.
Chase Brown, Madison, CEH, Damien Williams, or Visca, full PPR.
Oh, it's Madison. It's Madison, definitely.
Joffrey plays. Should I start Jamal Williams or McKissick?
Ooh, kind of gross for both of them. I would probably.
I love Jamal Williams.
Yeah, you've
always and because I own him in like every single league. I think I'd go McKissick with the Gibson sketchiness. Could catch 7 balls. Who knows?
Ooh, I just got an interesting trade offer, CJ. I go McKissick here. I think that's how they're going to attack New Orleans. Not to ignore your question, Joffrey. Although Joffrey's an asshole in Game of Thrones, so I don't know if you're like idolizing him or what's going on there. But I go McKissick here. I think they attack like that's how you attack this team. But I don't love either of them.
Ooh, the Jets are making this a game.
But just got this offer that came through. I give it Carson and Madison, and I get Dalvin Cook. This is in a league where I need to win. The league I'm facing Pat, and the pride's on the line for now. Now he's called me out on the show. But Dalvin Cook is Dalvin fucking Cook. I don't know.
Can you wait till 1:00, then accept it, and then it won't go through till tomorrow?
He didn't. He texted it to me. I don't think he's dumb enough to pull that move off. I think it's because he's desperate, needs Madison today, and that's the only way it's going to happen.
Who else? Who would you be starting in the spot?
Next man up would be, oh God, I don't even know, Christian Kirk, I think. So, oh God, I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm gonna have to weigh that one over. That's a tough one for sure. That's like
the most desperate trade of all time.
It's a very desperate trade. Smart owners should take that, but I'm also not gonna. If I was like 3-1, I would be hammering the yes, but I kind of need the win too. So, that's tough. I'm gonna be mulling that one over.
I'd lean yes on that, I think.
I do too, I think.
Hope that Koo hits another 50-yarder. He might be okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Michael Carter touchdown.
Never bench Allen. Michael Carter touchdown? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They're only down by 5 going for 2 right now.
Yeah. Allen's number 1 QB. Agree there for sure. Never bench Allen.
Trey Seb, Damien Harris, or Mixon. I don't know what to do.
I'd go Damien. I know he's missing a bunch of linemen, down to 1 starting lineman. That's terrifying.
On a disgusting offensive line.
I wouldn't be surprised if Houston is a sneaky decent defense today. I might spend 2,300 on DraftKings. Like they're going to get some sacks. I go Damien here though. Even with the line concerns, I'm nervous about Mixon today. I am. Yeah.
Austin Ferser figured as much. Maybe package shirts going to trade.
I think you sure could, yeah.
Juan Pena, do you guys think the Pats have a bright future in Mac Jones? I do.
I really do. Yeah. That last week showed a ton. To that big of a stage, that big of a moment to be he outplayed Brady. I mean, he was better than Brady. Obviously, you had drafted Brady.
I was really disappointed with them not going for it on 4th down.
I know.
Just to get another 10 yards or so.
It was 3 yards. Was it 4th?
No. I mean, to get 10 yards closer for a field goal.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it. Exactly. And he would have got it. That was a moment they should have showed some trust.
The Bucs secondary is god awful.
Exactly.
It's like they could easily get 3 yards there.
They could have. They should have. But yeah.
Ethan Hartman, pick 1 full PPR. Hubbard, Sutton, or Jacoby Myers.
Hubbard for me. Full PPR actually. Maybe Myers in full. They're gonna need to just dink that thing down. I'll go Myers.
I think I'm going Hubbard there. I do like Myers, but I think I typically pick the starting running back.
I do if they catch, but Hubbard didn't catch anything last time. That made me nervous about him. We've gotten this one a few times, Knox or Hawkinson. And honestly, it's my tight end 3 versus 4. I go with the targets and I go for Hawkinson, but that's tough. Do you have any clear leanings on this one?
Name recognition, Hawkinson. That's pretty clear. I'm sticking with Hawkinson.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Oh, we got Mitch's brother weighing in.
This is start sit for him, not to lick Mac Jones balls. I'll lick that all day, baby. He's a beast.
Jeremiah Moore.
Gibbons is on fire today. You would trade Hurts. Yeah, we'll let these people kind of talk it out. I love you guys answer each other's questions.
Gibbons is our security guard.
Yeah, exactly. The bouncer.
M. Hart, Pittman or A-Rob? A-Rob.
I would go Pittman myself. CJ says A-Rob. He's back in the A-Rob train. I'm not on it.
Are you going Dash Klein, or are we not doing trade stuff?
I thought you just were saying thank you. Sorry. What receiver do you? I don't do those type of trades. Like I don't know. What could I get for player Y? I don't know. We do have a trade value chart on the site. That's like the better way to kind of gauge those things. But trades are just so league dependent, and you don't know what teams are made of what and who's desperate. Like the trade I just tossed out, you don't typically see Dalvin Cook available for that cheap. But I just don't know if I'm in the position to accept it or not yet. We'll see.
Yeah, just try to take advantage of the dickhead in your league, basically.
Right.
Evan Buss, how scared are we with Mixon? Would you throw in J.D. McKissick over him in full PPR?
I would not do McKissick over him. That's where I kind of draw the line. I need some safety. I don't know, but that didn't make any sense. I need some safety, like because it would be safer, I guess. But like that's what are we banking on there? McKissick over Mixon. Let's just go for Mixon at that point. Bus, you stink. Good to see the boys talking trash to each other.
The India. Good morning, boys. Dalvin's being a coward. Moss or Latavius Murray?
I go Moss there. He's been on fire, and it's a good game with a lot of points going on. Fitz is going off. He sure is.
Derek, just if I have both Zeke and Pollard with Zeke's injury, full PPR, I only get one flex sit. Basically, should he go Pollard, Renfro, Myers, or Sutton?
Weirdly worded question, Derek, but I think you're trying to say, like, do you play both Zeke and Pollard? And I probably wouldn't. I would go Myers here, especially in full PPR.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Zeke. Zeke's made us.
Good to see you again, Tony. Regular early morning show. Back for more. Love to see it.
Connor or Javonte, full PPR?
I'd go Connor there. I don't love it, but he's been a touchdown machine. Javonte is kind of wait till I see it mode for me.
Joey Perps, Fans or Knox?
I'm going Noah there. I'm going Knox rather. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. I love Dawson. My number 4 tight end this week.
Blue Crew, full PPR, Madison over Chubb?
Oh, that's tough. I do have Madison at 6 and Chubb at 7. So, yeah. Especially full PPR is more receiving upside.
Can't flex someone?
I know. You can't get one of those two in there? Yeah.
Joey Perps, Debo or Mike Evans?
I go Debo. Love Debo today with no Kittle.
Keith Nama, pick 2 of these full PPR, AB, Damien, Mixon.
I'd bench Mixon
for that. There.
Yeah, bench him. You got 2 good options. Bench him.
Evan Buss, BK, get here earlier. You might win a game.
Love it.
Karen, sorry, Compt. Mike Williams or Odell, half PPR?
I'm going to go Mike for sure. Like, I know Mike had a dud last week, but Odell, I don't trust Baker Mayfield at all right now.
Allison starred Hollywood, AJ Brown or Jacoby?
Hello. I go Marquise. I love Marquise. Hollywood's killing it this year. He should have all 4 games as monster efforts. He hasn't been under 19 other than the game he had 3 touchdowns he dropped. Like, he should have had 30 that week. So I love Marquise Brown.
HTX, Cisco, Parker out, time to bump up Waddle. I think you did bump him up, right?
Yep, I did. I'm going to publish the new ones right now and get those up on the site. While I do that, CJ, you want to quickly go through your props? I can pull up the Instagram post in this. Is it up on Instagram?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to share our props. I'm going to publish the rankings. CJ's going to rip through his props. And then we'll be right back to your questions, ladies and gentlemen. So keep them coming. Here we go. Props of the week. Share screen. Justin Fields. I don't know about that one. You're still on the Bears train.
What I'm hoping there, I'm hoping 200 yards passing and like 40 yards rushing. That's awesome.
We'll see. I'm not buying that one. I like a lot of these other ones as I'm looking through it, but all right, I'm going to get these rankings up. CJ, take us through your props.
Yeah, so I've been sitting around 500 the past 2 weeks or so, which is quite annoying. But
after that 7-1 start,
yeah, I'm still 12 games above 500. But
that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm always like 1 or 2 away from absolute crush on, especially on the primetime games.
Yeah,
but so I have Trey Lance over 0.5 interceptions. As we talked about earlier, I think it's be a little erratic today. A couple interceptions, maybe 1 or 2 interceptions, couple of touchdowns, 20+ fantasy points. Sticking with Justin Fields, Wolf hates that, but I'm going over 237.5 pass plus rushing yards. I'm thinking 200 yards passing, 40 yards rushing. Chuba over 82.5 total yards. Debo over 3.5 rushing yards. They always give him 1 to 2 carries a game. Similar to Robert Woods. Him and Robert Woods always have really small rushing yard props. They're always good to go on that. Big on Gesicki today, over 45.5 receiving yards. T. Higgins over 55.5 receiving yards. I know it's his first game back, but it's a good number. Usually it's around like 65 to 70. Thielen over 62.5 receiving yards. I think he's going to go 100 and 1 or 2 touchdowns. I also would like him anytime touchdown. Didn't have enough room to fit it. Damien Harris over 1.5 receptions. He's playing a ton of passing downs now. I think grab 2 screens or some sort of check down. Antonio Brown over 4.5 receptions. I like all of the Bucs today. Honestly, I love Brady and the Bucs today. Damien Williams over 85.5 total yards, similar to Chuba. He's going to have basically every single carry, and he'll probably add like 30 or so receiving yards. And then Gesicki, anytime touchdown, and Trey Lance, anytime touchdown, so it has to be a rush.
Awesome. Great stuff. As always, from CJay, I was not able to pay attention and kind of comment on the ones that I love, but as you said, you're up 12 on the season, over a 500. That's pretty damn good. So if you guys do prop bets, I know a lot of you guys text us asking for CJay's prop bets of the week. Check those on out. I believe the rankings, I'm just copying the code in now. So are you able to see the questions? Like, can you pull up the questions and I'll answer them while I update this? Or do
I can see them, but I can't click them to put them on the screen.
Okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. So we left off with
we're at Joshua Hernandez, I believe.
I think we left off with Derek right here.
This was the weirdly worded like Pollard.
Sutton. All right. So Joshua Hernandez. All right.
Joshua Hernandez. We think we did this too, didn't we? Godwin and Mike Williams.
Yeah, I like Godwin there. I would go that route.
Joey Perps, Knox or Fant?
I'm going Knox over Fant. Yeah.
BK, I've been here from the jump bus.
Hell yeah.
Jeremiah Moore, is Zeke injury concerning at all? I saw he's questionable. When Zeke's in the lineup.
Yeah, he was saying he's feeling better throughout the week. The tightness was calming down. So no, I'm not concerned at all. The way he's rolling this year, no concern in the least for me. So no, yeah, I'm all about Zeke today. I think he's my running back 3 or 4. Like, he's up there.
Ward Willis, start Amari or Devonta?
I would go Amari there. I would.
Derek back, super flex, sit Hurts for Lance?
No, they're close. I have Hurts 8, Lance 9, but like, again, as I said to somebody else earlier, you're hoping Lance has a game that like Hurts has been doing all year. Go with the one that's been showing it. Unless you really, really think like this is going to be a 30-point day for him. It sure could be, but I would go Hurts over Lance in 90%.
Cordell Patterson over 100 yards total offense again.
He's a monster.
65 receiving, 50 rushing. M. Hard, Pittman or A-Rob?
I'm going to go with
I'm going A-Rob there.
I'm going to go Pittman. Back-to-back weeks with 12 targets. Like, I don't trust A-Rob yet. I don't want A-Rob in my lineups until I see it. He's a bench till I see it. I don't have faith in Justin Fields. I know you do. I don't at all right now. I don't have faith in Nagy. It's less about Fields than it is Nagy, but still. All right, here we go.
Bart, who should I start? Pick 2 of these. AB, Ruggs, Galladay, Higgins.
I would go. I got to pick 2. Higgins and AB is where I'm going. So benching Galladay, Ruggs there.
Chris Gibbons, you didn't answer my question. Ooh.
I answered this one. I said Deontay. I gave you a good answer. I said Deontay. He's got, averages over 10 targets per game when the games he makes it all the way through. 4th in wide receiver points for every game.
Gibbons is a little feisty today.
Gibbons is being feisty. Gibbons, settle down. Get down, baby. Have a drink. Calm down. We're at the tailgate, baby. Have a nice day. But go Deontay.
William Hodgkinson, full PPR. Gibson or Zach Moss? Should you be worried about Gibson's injury?
I mean, you should be worried. I'm worried, but I still would go Gibson over Moss if that's the other option. I like Moss, but not enough to bench the upside of Gibson. Alrighty. I think the rankings are updated.
Knox or Fans? Again, different person, same question.
I like Knox. Yeah, we've gotten that one a few times. And you asked it a bunch, so I'm gonna put you in timeout if that happens again. So
no, I think that was someone else. But Alex Chavez, Heineke, or Lance, full PPR.
Oh, Lance, definitely Lance for me there. Again, this is Trey Lance day, folks. He's gonna go nuts. Go for Trey Lance, baby, all day. All right, zoom back in on the faces. Here we are.
Derek Just, Jeremiah Moore,
expected to play for Zeke. Yeah, we'll
Josh
skip that.
Dopplet, PPR, Antonio Gibson, Zach Moss, Truba.
I'm liking Gibson the most there. If you wanted to bench him and you wanted a safer option, I'd prefer Chuba to Moss.
Derek Just, Dash Klein, our fullback. Danny Dimes or Hurts? I'm leaning towards Danny.
Oh, come on. It's Hurts. Why do people have questions about Hurts? He's had bad games and still put up over 20 fantasy points.
I think because he sucks as an actual quarterback.
Right. But it doesn't matter for fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like that's how I am with him in DFS. I know he's always good and always puts up 20 plus. But I just think of Jalen Hurts and I just think he sucks at quarterback.
Yeah, he's worth it. Always played. He's a pretty much a no-brainer in my opinion.
Nate the Great, Madison or Mixon?
Ooh, Madison easily. Come on. Madison against Detroit. You have running back 6, folks. Mixon banged up. I don't want to trust that today if I don't have to.
Nate the Great, Jamar Chase or T. Higgins?
Jamar. He's the number one there. I love T. T's a great play too, but Jamar, especially with no Jair. That would have made things interesting if Jair was in, but I want to keep emphasizing Jair being out is humongous. This defense is going to be really bad in the secondary, and I think the Bengals will need points. I'm very excited. That's a good game stack for DFS if you want a sneaky game stack.
Allison, Gainwell, or Latavius?
Gainwell's an exciting talent, but I don't know that I feel confident in his workload yet. I know he came off a lot of touches last week. Seems to be the goal line, 2-minute offense. All the valuable touches seem to be going to him. But I am wary of the squeaky wheel getting greased and Miles Sanders complaining and him getting peppered today. Maybe that's the wishful owner in me, but I'm a little bit nervous for Gainwell. And Murray just had 78% of the snaps. He's gotten to the end zone 3 out of 4 weeks. Go for Latavius.
Who's more wishful, you about Miles Sanders or me about Allen Robinson?
a lot of wishfulness between us in both of those. I think my hope is a lot more valid than Allen Robinson. I'm done with him.
Jeremy Taylor, Damien Williams, or J-Rob, half PPR?
Oh, J-Rob. Got to be J-Rob there.
Jeremy Taylor, Sutton, or Devonta?
I like Devonta. He's cooking. First 100-yard day. He's in a good groove right now. I'm going to go Devonta.
Nomadic K, Rodgers or Jones?
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I got to go Aaron Rodgers if that's what the question is.
Stevie Wonder, Gesicki or Hunter Henry?
I like Gesicki a lot today, especially with all these receivers out and that Buck secondary being as atrocious as it is. Go for Gesicki there.
Cody Ayotte, Lance or Tannehill?
Lance. Tannehill sucks. Exactly. AJ Brown being back doesn't hurt, but give me Lance.
Ward Willis, is AZ a good streaming defense today?
Yeah. I don't know because I love Lance. They've been my favorite streamer throughout the year, so it was a no-brainer reaction. Yes, I love them. I've been recommending them all year as a streamer, but I don't know. If I think Lance is going to do what I think he's going to do, then probably not. Actually, he probably will throw a couple picks. He's going to take some sacks though. I'd like to know your other options. I think they'll get some plays in there, but I'm not. I still think Lance is going to put up his points too. So I'm on the fence about him today.
V-Lock and Gibson, Hunt, or Pittman? I'm feeling
Gibson,
Hunt.
If you want to roll those dice, I prefer Gibson myself, but Hunt would be the safe play if you don't want to have to deal with the injury. But I like Gibson. I would go with him there.
William Giannadotis. Should I start McKissick over Gibson at the flex? Something's telling me that Gibson isn't going to have a good game. Could also play Galladay, actually.
If you really wanted to bench Gibson, I would go Galladay instead. But I get what I have a bad feeling in my gut about it too. And you always have to trust your gut. You always have to fall on your own sword. I would play Gibson of those options, but
see, I'm not really worried about Gibson. I'm more worried about Mixon. Mixon way more than Gibson.
Speaking of Mixon,
Brock Wild. Should I start Joe Mixon or Zach Moss?
I'd probably go Moss here. I'd go for the safety here. I'm worried about Mixon today.
Omar, I need a running back and a flex between Damien Williams, Amari Cooper, AB, or Gibson, full PPR.
Damien Williams. Okay.
Pick two of these.
So I would probably go Williams over Gibson today. I don't know. And it's so gross. I can't believe I'm saying this. But the New Orleans defense is good. Like that's a tough matchup. So it's even without the injury thing, that's a little bit sketchy the way he's been this year. But I still think he can find the end zone, Gibson. I'm going to go Gibson. It's full PPR, so I'll probably go for the receiver. I like Cooper. I do. What do you think about this one? I go Williams. Cooper.
I'm not sitting Cooper. Between Damien and AB, I would say. Yeah, I'll go with you and go with Damien.
Well, it's got to be a running back too, so
Oh, Cooper, sure. I thought it was. Yeah. So I'm going Damien.
Damien over Gibson.
Yeah.
That's a tough line to draw, but I think I'm drawing it today.
Tyler Lowe, Mooney, Odell, Tim Patrick, Josh Gordon, Curtis Samuel,
can't start
or Robbie Anderson. Pick three of these, actually. So sit one, and it's Josh Gordon.
Yeah, you only got to sit one. No, because there's like five options.
Actually, yeah, never mind.
I would play Mooney. I would play Patrick, and I would. Oh God.
Actually, there's sit three. Actually, there's six of them.
Yeah, Mooney, Odell, Robbie is who I'm playing there. Mooney, Tim Patrick, Robbie, I think is what I'm going to do there, Tyler. There we go.
Trey S, full PPR, Edmonds or Golladay?
I would go Edmonds for sure.
Ben Tomsick, what's up, boys? Survived Jamar's wedding last night, and CJ looking beautiful as always. Eli Mitchell, sermon or touchdown hopeful, Latavius Murray?
I would go for the TD with Latavius. If I can avoid that running back situation, just see how it plays out, I will. One of them's probably going to go off, Ben. I don't want to be whatever one you think it's going to be, it's probably the opposite, though. And I don't know. I'd go for the Latavius TD. What do you think? Would you go Latavius over that 49er situation?
I'm kind of in the same situation myself, so I'm going to go Latavius there.
Yeah,
he's such a plotting idiot that just will score like 2 touchdowns.
He'll just find the end zone though. 78% of the carries in the Ravens' attack is no joke. Like that's volume.
Yeah, it'll be like 17 carries for like 42 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And a touchdown. Exactly. I'll take it.
Omar F. Sutton or A-Rob?
I'm gonna go Sutton. I know you're gonna go A-Rob, and I hate it. I hate it.
Raj, AJ Brown or Damien Williams?
AJ Brown. I think it's a big rebound game for him today.
Giuseppe, my other league, Myers or Beasley, stressing. Also Renfro or OBJ.
I would be stressing. We already talked about that one. You're asking it again, and I don't think our answer is going to change. I like Beasley. CJ likes Myers.
No, I was Bees.
Oh, you were Bees? I thought you went Myers.
No.
Yeah, I think Beasley's getting like 12, 13 targets tonight, so I'm going to go with him.
Then he had also Renfro or OBJ, I believe.
Renfro. I don't trust OBJ. Good Charger secondary. Mayfield sucks. I'm not trusting OBJ.
Ward Willis, AZ, Vegas, or Houston? Which D to stream? Who does Vegas have today?
What'd you say?
Who does Vegas have today?
You're fucking Justin Fields boy.
Oh yeah.
I go like they're the best defense. We'll see some mistakes from Trey Lance in his first start. I'll go AZ there. I don't hate Houston though. I could see them getting after Mac today.
Francisco's Scaramanga. Hey guys, standard league. Yuck.
Yeah,
Yuck
agreed.
Right. Start 2 of these. Damien Williams, CEH, and Madison with Cookup.
Definitely Madison. That's the lock. And I go CEH over Damien Williams. And you're welcome, Francisco. Thanks for being here. We love having you.
Jeremy Taylor, Damien Williams, or J-Rob?
Damien for me. No, James Robinson rather. I'd bench Damien Williams there is what I meant to say. Jair
Evans or Lamb?
Oh, good one. I'd like to have them both in, but I'd go Lamb over Evans, I think. What do you think, CJ?
I'm going Evans. Yeah, I love Tom today.
All righty.
Ben Tomsick, I drank a lot of alcohol last night. What's this Gibson news, and why is everyone fading him?
So there's no real news. There is some news. He has like a shin fracture. I think he's had it all year, so it's like coming out now, and now everyone's reacting. I don't think it's anything that's going to change like how he's been playing so far this year, though. But he also hasn't been playing that great this year. He gets a very tough New Orleans defense. So it's reasonable to bench the guy. He's been a reasonable bench this whole year, other than that one game he scored a 73-yard touchdown. So The Saints aren't as susceptible to those type of huge plays. I don't know. I'm a little bit off of them today.
We might need Dr. Duck in here, but isn't like a shin stress fracture just shin splints?
I might be. I have no idea.
I think that might be what it is. But Tyler Lowe, one more question: is Chase Edmonds a safe flex even with his injury?
I think so. He wouldn't be playing if it was anything that worrisome. And he catches the ball. He's every down guy. I like it.
Cool dud. Someone offered me Thielen for Tyler Lockett. Yes,
I prefer Thielen, especially with the QB injury.
Yeah,
I would say yes. I love Thielen.
Jiraj, JD McKissick or Singletary? McKissick. Full PPR.
I'm gonna go McKissick. I think, especially in full PPR, he'll catch some balls.
Denny Jennings, go Birds. I am drunk.
Love it, Denny. He was at the early morning show already, kind of getting after it. I think he's in Carolina for the game, which I just love. He had like 8 of his boys. They're all together. Away game. Love that.
Does Denny have a shirt? We need to get him a shirt.
Denny needs a shirt. Yeah, he's a lifer.
Especially going to all these stadiums and stuff. He needs one.
Hell yeah, Denny. We need you to get a shirt. He probably has an Eagles jersey he wears to games though, but still.
That's true. If he cared about us, he'd go with the shirt. Unlike Heggs. Taylor Malone, Gibson or Coop?
Cooper, I think. What do you think, CJ?
Yeah, I'm going Coop still.
It's half PPR, yeah, so I go Cooper.
Jair, should I drop Mike Davis?
Yeah, I mean, did he do anything today? I don't think he did he?
I don't think so. I think he had a touchdown called back. I don't know if someone just scored, but I don't know who it was. One sec, I'll check.
My brother texted me Fatty about, and that's usually about Mike Davis.
Yeah, Yep, he scored. So he has 53 rushing yards and a touchdown.
That's not horrible. I mean, Patterson's clearly the guy there, but that's a huge Davis day.
Pitts, 9 catches, 120.
Woo! Any more action for Koo, or has it been all touchdowns since?
All touchdowns.
Ugh, damn.
Alrighty,
Ben with a great call out.
Thompson, Heggs is a fraud fan, but a phenomenal dancer. Thanks, fellas. Good luck.
I love to see those Heggs moves, baby. He shakes it so well. But good luck to you as well, Ben. Glad to always have you at the show. You're a legend.
Another one, Franco, full PPR, and Knox or Hawkinson. The question.
We've gotten that one 4 times now. I still go Hawkinson, but I mean, it's again my tight end 3 versus 4. Like they're right there. So if you're feeling the Knox dice roll, he's about as good a bet as anybody to score a touchdown at the tight end position and against an easy matchup. So like I love the volume Hawkinson. That's where I'm leaning, but I have no problem with anybody going Knox over him. Like go for it if that's where your dice roll leads. Alrighty, guys. That's all the questions for today. Awesome stuff as always. If you haven't already given this a thumbs up, we'll answer you another one, Franco. Come on, but get it in faster. Here we go. OBJ, Harris, Sanders. Yeah. I'd go Harris, even with the line concerns, but I'm worried. I'm worried about that. But thanks again, guys, for being here. We greatly appreciate it. Thumbs up helps us get out to more people. If you liked what you heard and you're not subscribed already, likes and subs, hit the bell, and we'll love to have you here. You can find all our stuff at rotostreetjournal.com, Roto Street Journal on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you find us there. Omar F. asking AJ Green and Hopkins in the same lineup. Sorry, I had to sneak it in. Fine. I wouldn't. Why get AJ Green in there? You got to have a better option there. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you. You guys all have an awesome day. No work today or tomorrow either. Can't wait to get after it. Going to be a good one. Maybe we'll do the live stream later. Maybe not. I have no idea what shape I'm going to be in, so I'm not going to promise anything for today. It's my second stream of the day already. I don't know if I can handle a third, given the state I plan to be in. So,
hey,
awesome.
Am I going Eli over Sermon?
I thought you were going Latavius Murray over both.
No, that was a different one. I have Latavius a different league.
I'm going Eli if I have to go one of them, but
right.
I don't. Oh God, good luck. Am I taking Dalvin Cook for Madison and Carson?
I'm doing it. I think I'm doing it.
I think I might too. Fuck, but it could just ruin me for the rest of the year. I don't know. It could happen. We'll see. Alrighty, guys, and Eli for sure from Mike Clay. So trying to weigh in, yeah, I think so too. We've seen the Sherman experience.
Mike Clay, gotta trust him.
Yeah, you got to go with the Mike Clay insider, ESPN insider there. Thanks again, guys. As always, you guys make our Sunday. We hope we help bring some joy to yours too, and hopefully, more importantly, we bring you some good fantasy advice. So, hope everything pans out. I'm the Wolf. That's CJ. Anything else, CJ? I think that's it.
Subscribe on YouTube. We're building that, so subscribe.
Hell yeah. We greatly appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Best of luck today. Hope everybody gets your wins. I hope one of us or somebody that's tuned in wins the millie on on DraftKings today. And in the world full of fancy sheep, be that Wolf, guys. Later.